Are you running on empty? Feeling like your energy levels are lower than your fridge's? It sounds crazy, but hear me out. Your fridge has a frequency, your phone has a frequency, what's yours? I'm not talking about your heart rate, but the vibe of your mind. You attract what you radiate, and what you attract, you live. The kicker? Most people attract the exact opposite of what they want, not out of malice, but because they've been conditioned to it. Ever wonder why, despite your best efforts, things just don't seem to flow? Money slips through your fingers, opportunities vanish, doors remain stubbornly shut, even when you're doing everything right. I wrestled with this for years, blaming the world, circumstances, even the people around me. The brutal, liberating truth. I was vibrating at the wrong frequency. Vibration sounds woo-woo, but everything vibrates: you, me, that stapler on your desk, your phone, the car outside. It's all energy in motion, including your deepest thoughts, emotions, and desires. Your external reality is a mirror reflecting your internal frequency. The crux: you don't attract what you want, you attract what you're vibrationally resonant with. So, you might crave wealth, but remain in debt, yearn for a healthy relationship, but repeat negative patterns, desire freedom, yet feel trapped daily. The universe doesn't respond to your wishes, it reacts to your dominant emotional frequency. How often do you wake up with a lead weight on your chest, a silent dread predicting a rough day? How often do you think about money, only to feel a tightening in your gut, a pang of fear, a sense of lack? That's vibration. You're broadcasting messages of scarcity, need, worry. And guess what the universe sends back? More of what you're vibrating. When I was scraping by on $4 grand a year, $6 grand in debt, I was a master of scarcity vibration. Even wanting to pay off my debts, despair ruled my mind: bills, creditors, shame. My internal monologue was a loop of, how will I solve this? What if it all falls apart? What if things never change? This kept me locked in the same frequency that created and fueled that reality. What broke the cycle? Awareness. The conscious decision to vibrate what I wanted, not what I feared. I started carrying a card with the income one desired written on it, not out of blind faith, but to retrain my mind to think differently. The more I read, the more I felt another possibility existed. I visualized that new reality, and surprisingly, my vibration shifted before any results did. Shortly after, I overheard someone mention good money in floor cleaning. I'd never have considered it before, but because I was vibrating openness, possibility, and abundance, however timidly, my vibrational field was receptive. I heard it and thought, why not try? I tried. I borrowed $1,000, with no guarantee of repayment, and started with a single contract, $15 a pop. Small? Maybe. But it was the start of a new vibration. And it grew. Within 5 years, my cleaning company operated across multiple cities, including London. No degree, no fancy resume, just frequency. You might ask, but what if I can't change my vibration? What if I try and fail? Ever feel swamped by problems, unable to stop thinking about them? Stuck in a loop of constant worry? It's not coincidence, it's a vibrational pattern. As long as you're tuned into lack, fear, and what ifs, you'll keep attracting experiences that reinforce it, not because you deserve it, but because that's the language of vibration. It doesn't understand irony or desperate pleas, it understands emotional presence. What you feel intensely, you strengthen; what you strengthen, you attract. So, I challenge you, 10 minutes a day, stop everything, close your eyes, and feel, in detail, the life you want to live. Don't imagine escaping what you have, imagine what you'd have without limits. This isn't toxic positivity, it's conscious vibration, stopping reacting and starting creating. Your phone rings when you dial the right number, life responds when you emit the right frequency. And the best part? You can change that frequency right now. Have you ever considered your true essence? Not your name, job title, or achievements, but you, at your core. I discovered, and it changed my trajectory, that we aren't just this physical body we see in the mirror, we're pure energy, in motion. Sounds esoteric? It's physics, pure science. Every atom vibrates, emitting a frequency, transmitting something right now, without saying a word. And the most mind-blowing part? Scientists have discovered that the electronic energy in the atoms of a human body could power a highly industrialized nation for almost a week. One single body, one person. That blew me away. It means there's unimaginable power within me, within you. The tragedy is that most people live and die without accessing this power, as if they were just flesh, bones, and bills to pay. But you're not. You're a mobile vibrational station, constantly transmitting and receiving. Because the universe responds to your vibration, it doesn't read your words or interpret your excuses, it reacts to your essence. That essence can be powerful or muddled, blocked. In my youth, I was one of the blocked. I didn't understand energy, barely understood my own body, let alone my mind, yet I emitted an energy of scarcity, failure, inadequacy. The reflection? Mediocre jobs, fragile relationships, and crippling debt. Everything felt like a struggle because I was fighting against my own vibration. Here's a powerful, perhaps uncomfortable truth: you don't need to hustle for extraordinary results, you need to vibrate at their frequency. To do that, remind yourself daily of what you are: pure energy. As you shift your vibration, your world shifts, not magically, but scientifically. An energetic change generates a new response from the universe. Think of a phone, it operates on a specific frequency. When you call someone, you don't yell across town, you tune your device to their number's frequency, and in milliseconds, you're connected. Your mind works the same way. Your thoughts are like dialed numbers, connecting you to experiences that vibrate at the same frequency. By constantly thinking and feeling fear, you connect with more situations that fuel that fear. By feeling deep gratitude, even without a reason, you tune into experiences that confirm that gratitude. Everything responds to frequency, and you have the power to adjust yours. I remember one day specifically. Things were improving, but I still carried the insecurity of falling back down, climbing but looking behind me, afraid of slipping. I read a quote by Emerson: "Do the thing, and you shall have the power to do the thing." It hit me hard. I didn't need to have it all figured out, I just needed to act as if I already were at that frequency. I decided to start my day with a simple practice: looking in the mirror, taking a deep breath, and stating aloud, "You are energy in motion, and today you will vibrate as a victor." In the beginning, it felt silly, but I persisted, and something shifted. My thoughts became clearer, ideas flowed more easily, people appeared with seemingly out of the blue opportunities. Nothing changed outside of me until I changed within. Many people overlook this, thinking the world needs to change first, the boss needs to recognize them, the partner needs to change, the government needs to improve, but the starting point is always internal. You don't have to wait, adjust your frequency now. Notice how you feel when you wake up. Anxiety, fear, heaviness? Stop, breathe, and consciously choose a different state. Think of something inspiring, remember an accomplishment, no matter how small. In that moment, you're not just remembering, you're shifting your frequency. By doing this consistently, the universe has no choice but to respond. It's the law: energy seeks its like. You are a vibrational being, and you're far more in control than you realize. Until now, you've lived on autopilot, but autopilot can be switched off, and when you take the controls, the route changes. If you want prosperity, vibrate as if you already possess it. If you want love, vibrate as if you already are love. If you want freedom, vibrate as if you live in fullness. Don't wait for life to change to feel good for life to change, because it will. I'm proof of that. Everything you want already exists, closer than you think. This isn't a metaphor, it's a practical, precise truth. Nothing needs to be created from scratch. Prosperity, freedom, health, incredible relationships, purpose, fulfillment, it's all present, at another frequency level. Many people live in frustration because they think they need to hustle, fight, force their way to what they desire, when, in reality, they need to vibrationally align with what they want to experience. We've been conditioned to the opposite, taught that you must achieve first, then feel. Feel abundant after having money, feel love when someone loves you, be happy when something good happens. The secret is to reverse that order. It's not, when I have it, then I'll be, it's, when I am, then I'll have it. The frequency comes first, the result follows. Frequency doesn't depend on external resources, it depends on your internal decision. Your vibration is a choice, not an imposition. Everything you want is vibrating. Prosperity has a frequency, love has a frequency, fulfillment has a frequency. You attract these realities when you vibrate in harmony with them. If you're tuned into scarcity, doubt, fear, no matter how much you say you want wealth, your vibration says the opposite. It's like tuning your radio to the wrong station and expecting to hear the right song. It won't happen. By coming into vibrational harmony with what you desire, you no longer need to chase it. What you want begins to be drawn to you unexpectedly, naturally, effortlessly. I've seen this happen to me more than once. I remember being obsessed with paying off debt. I'd sit with pen and paper, calculating how much I needed, where I could earn it, which bills I could delay, a cycle of worry, mental maelstrom of scarcity. Until a mentor said something that stopped me in my tracks: as long as you think about getting out of debt, you'll vibrate as a debtor. Shift your focus. Think like someone who is already free. That hit me hard. I saw myself as a drowning man trying to escape, never as a free, light, prosperous man. That day, I wrote a new number on a card, a clear goal, far beyond what I thought possible. I wrote it and started to mentally live as if it were already real, not because I fully believed it, but because I decided to act as if it were. What happened next? People started appearing. Opportunities one hadn't seen before started to emerge. Business started to flow, ideas started to blossom. None of it fell from the sky, but it came to me because I changed my frequency. That's precisely how it works. By being in tune with what you want, you notice what was already there but you couldn't see. You notice connections, ideas, signs, movements. Your attention shifts, your perception shifts, your energy shifts, and with that, reality shifts. It's like being on the wrong channel in your life and suddenly you turn the dial, change the frequency, and everything clicks, everything flows. The great illusion is thinking, it's not my time yet. Your time is now, you're just not in the right place to receive it. It's like being at the wrong bus stop and wondering why the bus isn't coming. It's coming, but on a different street, and you need to move to where it is. How do you move? Emotionally, vibrationally, mentally. You move by feeling now what you previously expected to feel later. You move by acting as if you were already in that reality. Sound crazy? Maybe. But that's how big names changed their lives. Jim Carrey, for example, before fame, wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered. He carried that check and visualized himself receiving it. 5 years later, he landed a deal for exactly that amount for Dumb and Dumber. Coincidence? No. Vibration. Alignment. Look at your daily life. How often do you visualize yourself living what you desire? How often do you feel the emotion of already having what you seek? Or do you wait for the miracle to happen first? The miracle is waiting for you to vibrate at its frequency. Everything you want already exists, not in the future, not in your imagination, but at a frequency you haven't fully connected with yet. The only question is, what do I need to feel, think, and do to get in sync with what I desire? By finding that answer and practicing it daily, what seemed distant will become inevitable, not because you chased it, but because you came into harmony with what was yours from the start. People look at their results and wonder, why can't I change? Why do I keep repeating this cycle, even knowing what to do? The answer is simple, yet profound: you're trapped in a paradigm. A paradigm is a set of habits, beliefs, and mental patterns that control practically everything you do. It's software installed in your subconscious. It decides what you believe is possible, how you react to situations, what you expect from life, and, most importantly, determines the frequency at which you vibrate. Have you noticed that some people seem to sabotage their good fortune? They land a great job and quickly create a problem. They start a relationship and swiftly ruin it. They make money and suddenly lose it all. They say, "It feels like something is holding me back." And indeed, something is. It's called a paradigm. And the worst part is, it's not rational. You can know everything about success, study, strive, watch videos, read books, but if your paradigm remains the same, you'll always return to square one. In school, nobody teaches you to identify this, much less change it. They teach math, geography, history, but they don't teach you that you're programmed. And like any program, it will only run what it was created for. For much of my life, I was exactly like that. I'd read, listen, intellectually understand that I could live a better life, but I remained stuck in the same behaviors. Even after powerful teachings, I'd revert to old patterns. And that's when a mentor said something I'll never forget: your problem isn't a lack of knowledge, it's an excess of conditioning. It hit me like a lightning bolt. I knew what to do, I just couldn't do it. You know when you promise to save money, but spend it all on impulse? Or when you say you'll change careers, but don't send any resumes? Or when you decide to wake up early, but fall asleep with your phone in hand? It's not a lack of intention, it's paradigm imprisonment. These paradigms, for the most part, weren't chosen by you. They were formed in childhood by things you heard, saw, felt. If you grew up hearing that money is dirty, that the rich don't go to heaven, that you need to work hard until you die, guess what your subconscious believes to this day? Even if you say, I want to be rich, your inner system responds, that's dangerous, wrong, it'll estrange you from your family. So, without realizing it, you create ways to avoid success. This doesn't resolve with willpower. If it did, the world would be full of fulfilled people, but it's not. Why? Because willpower is a weak tool against old programming. You can use all your willpower for a while, but soon it runs out, and the old program takes over again. Then comes the frustration, the guilt, the doubt. You start to think the problem is you, that you were born this way, that there's no way out. But the problem isn't you, it's the system running inside you. And the good news is, every system can be replaced. I clearly remember the day I understood this viscerally. A mentor made me look at my results coldly. He drew an R on a sheet of paper and said, this is your results. And next to it, he wrote 3 letters, H, and W, this is your health, your happiness, and your wealth. Now tell me, are you satisfied with these 3 points? I was speechless. Because, in truth, I knew I wasn't. I was sick from overworking, unhappy, and broke. Feeling stuck. It's not about the economy, your family, or some grand cosmic conspiracy. It's your mindset. That limiting belief system, the one whispering, you're not cut out for this, is a self-imposed prison. But here's the good news, you hold the key. You weren't born into this rut, you were conditioned into it. And you can reprogram yourself. Think of your mind as software, outdated, buggy code running in the background, sabotaging your best efforts. It's time for a system upgrade. Forget the excuses, forget waiting for permission. You are the CEO of your own life, but you've been operating as a lowly intern. You're on center stage, the spotlight's on you, but you're acting like you're in the audience, watching your life unfold instead of directing it. Most people are living someone else's script, chasing goals they didn't choose, silently frustrated because their life doesn't feel authentically their star. The daily grind, wake up, work, pay bills, repeat, leaves them feeling empty. That emptiness is the absence of conscious leadership, the lack of self-direction. I'm not blaming you, I'm waking you up. Because that's what happened to me. I spent years reacting to financial worries, external pressures, fear itself. I was surviving, not thriving. Then I stopped and asked myself, what do I truly want? Not what others expect, not what society dictates as success, but what genuinely ignites my soul. It was a tough question. Living someone else's life numbs your dreams. But I discovered a profound truth: if I don't decide what I want, someone else will. And that someone else will never design a life as magnificent as the one you can build for yourself. You might be thinking, but how do I know what I want? How do I know it's the right choice? You don't need certainty, you need audacity. Start dreaming again, without limits, without fear, with clarity and purpose. I've met brilliant people who waited for permission, for the perfect moment, parental approval, better circumstances, waiting, until it was too late. It's heartbreaking to see so much untapped potential settling for a lukewarm existence. You weren't born to be mediocre. You're a creative force, the architect of your destiny. This isn't just motivational fluff, it's the truth. Embrace it, and everything shifts. You stop seeing the world as a threat and start seeing it as a blank canvas. You stop blaming and start creating. You stop surviving and start living. I once talked to a young man who felt lost and useless. When I asked him what he wanted, he was silent. Then he said, "No one ever asked me that." That devastated me. It reflects a generation taught to obey, not to choose. Life isn't something that happens *to you, it's something you build. And you build it by breaking free from autopilot. You are not a consequence, you are a choice. And that power of choice rests in your hands. Look around. Everything in your life reflects your decisions, both active and passive. Now, what are you creating now? Same actions yield the same results. But if you dare to rewrite your script, take control, a new life will emerge, more meaningful, more connected, with more fire in your eyes. When you place yourself at the center of your story, the universe conspires to make it work. You're no longer an observer, you're the director, the actor, the screenwriter. It starts with a simple decision: I choose to truly live my life. You're not a supporting character, you're the protagonist. The world is waiting to witness your greatness. You will never exceed your self-imposed limits. It's not the world holding you back, it's your self-image, the narrative you replay daily. This isn't for me, I'm not good enough, I've tried and failed. That internal dialogue dictates your vibrational frequency. We attract what we're in harmony with. If you vibrate scarcity, fear, insecurity, how can you expect to attract prosperity, courage, fulfillment? It's like tuning a radio to a sad news station and expecting to hear upbeat music. Your internal perception shapes your external reality. And the worst part? Often that self-image wasn't even your choice. You absorbed limiting beliefs from parents, teachers, past failures. The breakthrough came when I realized my self-image wasn't a true reflection, it was a reflection of what I'd been taught to believe. I could rebuild it. And that's what I did. But rebuilding isn't easy. Your old self will fight to maintain control. It'll sabotage you. But you'll have to choose, remain the limited version imposed upon you, or build a new one, aligned with the person you truly want to be. This isn't just positive thinking, it's about creating a new frequency of identity, acting as if you are already the person you envision. Neuroplasticity shows that the brain reorganizes itself based on repeated thought and behavior patterns. You are not stuck being who you've always been. You are free to become who you choose. But to do so, you must break free from the old image, from the "I can't, it's not for me, it's too late." Start vibrating like someone who understands their worth. Want to change your life? Don't treat the symptoms, change the root cause, how you see yourself. No one will believe in you until you believe in yourself. No one will value you until you value yourself. No one will offer you more than you believe you deserve. Which image will you sustain? The old, self-sabotaging one? Or a new, powerful, vibrant one, aligned with the life you were born to live? The choice is yours. Always has been. Always will be. You don't attract what you desire, you attract what you are what you're vibrating in harmony with. That harmony starts within, in how you think, feel, and see yourself. Real change begins not in the outside world, but in your inner world. Now that you understand this, you're ready for the next step. Let's work together to make you even better than you were yesterday. Thanks for watching.